Hi friends, and welcome to Live 365. Today's episode is about stress. We all struggle with stress. I struggle with stress. I struggle with stress a lot, and I find that I'm constantly seeking ways to alleviate my stress or to remove my stress. And so since it's such a struggle for me, I figured why not do a video about it. I was just talking to my husband and I was saying, okay, I'm getting stressed about the current week ahead already. What are some things that I can do to ease my worries? And he said, make a video about it because I'm sure that you can think of a couple of things. And so I did, and I actually feel a lot better. And I wanted to share those things with you. So the first thing that I wanted to say is that stress isn't just stressed. Stress is fear. That's really what it is. Stress is just an embodiment of your fears. It could be fear of failure. Let's say you are anticipating a really busy week at work and you don't want to let anybody down. Let's say you're a teacher and you don't want to anger any of the parents. Or let's say you're a doctor and you don't want to make anybody sicker. Let's say, it could be anything, right? Fear of failure. And it doesn't mean I'm a failure at life, but even little failures at your job or anything that you have to get done in the week, a fear of failure can be very crippling to any sort of progression forward. It could be a fear of the unknown. Let's say that you have to drive to somewhere you've never been and you're getting stressed about the trip because you don't know where you're going and you're bad at directions. Or let's say you don't know what's happening at a meeting that you have to go to for work, and that's stressing you out because you like to know exactly what's going on and you like to plan a lot. Or, something else. It could be fear of beginning something because you're not sure how it's going to go. That sort of sense of inertia where you want to get something done, but you're sort of afraid to even begin. There are many different types of fears, but basically stress is an embodiment of your fear. And there are a couple things that I like to do to really help myself overcome those. And I've gotten really good at sort of thinking inwardly. Whenever I'm feeling angsty, I always stop and I try to process, why the heck am I feeling angsty right now? What is making me feel this way? Why am I turning it into stress? And what can I do about it? So here are a couple things that you can do. The first one is to prioritize. I love just taking a pen and paper and writing down lists. My husband makes fun of me all the time for it, but I love it because it helps me get whatever is inside my chest down on paper, and it just really helps. So make a list of your to-dos, and not just a list of all the to-dos that you need to do in life, because that's super overwhelming. That's only going to add to your stress. What I'm thinking of is a list of your to-dos by order of priority or by order of a deadline. So today I know I want to finish cooking dinner in the crock pot. I want to put away that load of laundry that's sitting right there on the floor. I am going to need to feed my daughter a couple times and change her, but that's a given, so that's fine. And I want to prepare a couple of meals in advance that I can take to work for this week. So those are my immediate to-dos for the rest of the evening. Things like cleaning the bathroom and other things that are on the back of my mind, they don't necessarily happen tonight. They can happen in a couple of days. So if you make this to-do list and prioritize your to-do list, it's a lot easier than to look at things objectively instead of getting overwhelmed at all the things that are running through your mind. And it's also a way of easing your mind so that you don't have to keep those things in your memory and in your consciousness all the time. I find that if I make a to-do list and put things on paper in order of priority, it helps me to not have to think about them as much and have to carry all of those things in my head because it's right here. And then I take that list and I take a screenshot of it on my phone so that I have it on my phone so that if I need to think of it, it's no big deal because it's on my phone. Or, there are so many reminders, apps, and, all sorts of stuff on technology. But I like to write it down first because it really helps me. That visceral act of drawing it out, it just helps to get rid of that. So prioritize. What do you have to do right now, and what can wait until next week? And it's okay if certain things don't happen tonight, just to give yourself a sense of what your expectations are is a really helpful tool, I think, in relieving stress. The next thing is just to start. If you say, I got to do the dishes, I got to take the trash out, I got to do this, just start one of them. Just stop worrying about the umbrella of things that you need to do and just start one. It doesn't even matter how insignificant it is. It could just be, taking the trash from the upstairs and bringing it downstairs and putting it by the door so it's ready to take out for the night. Just the mere fact that you have begun something is going to help relieve your stress because you're moving forward. You're moving in the right direction. You're helping to accomplish all of those things that are on your mind and helping to check it off so you don't have to worry about the garbage anymore. You can just take it out of your brain. So just start something, even if you can't finish it. I always dog my husband because he starts projects and he doesn't finish them. Does that sound familiar? But I'm so grateful that he starts. So now it's actually turned into a really hilarious, effective process because he'll put the dishes in the dishwasher and run it, but then he'll forget to take them out. But then in the morning I come downstairs and then I see, oh, the dishes need to be taken out. So I take them out and I put them away. So it's sort of become this like funny system where he starts it and I finish it. And I love that. He'll start the laundry, I'll take it out and I'll put it away, you know, that sort of thing. But just start it even if you can't finish it all. Do a half a load of laundry and, you know, even if you forget to throw it in the dryer or whenever you get a chance, throw it in the dryer, you know, just the mere fact that you have started these things will seriously help your stress level. The other thing to really keep in mind is to schedule in you time. I speak as a wife, as a new mom, and I, you know, as, you know, somebody who is in a position of leadership in her job, somebody who has a lot of responsibilities. I never think about myself first. I never do. And when I do, I often feel guilty that, you know, God forbid I want to, you know, get a manicure, or God forbid that I want to get a workout in, or that I want to take an extra hot bath one day, you know, or something to pamper myself. How dare I think about those things when I really should be doing the 10,000 other things that I should be doing to help care for everybody else. But if you don't take care of yourself first, you can't take care of anybody else. Take care of yourself. Schedule time for you. Make you time in your calendar. Take your, you know, your iPhone out and plug into your iCalendar. At least give yourself at least 20 minutes of you time. Put the phone away. Go do something that you enjoy. Make a list of some of your de-stressors. My de-stressors are working out, cooking epic meals, you know, I like to do my Jamberry nails, which are non-toxic, so that when my baby chews on my fingers, I don't have to worry about it. I like to go hiking. I like to be active. I like to make music. You know, I just, you know, I have, you know, various things that de-stress me. I like to go to the dojo. That's a big de-stressor for me. Make a list of those things and schedule in times for you. You will absolutely not regret it. You will never regret that. You have to. You just have to. All of those other things you need to do will take care of themselves. Schedule in time for you first. The other thing that I like to list in here is that a lot of people often think about the things that they're obligated to do, but they don't really think of the things that they're looking forward to doing or that they want to do. Make a list of things that you want to do. List of things that you can look forward to for the week. And instead of looking at the week with dreaded anticipation, you can look at the week with a sense of excitement and forward momentum. Like, oh, I can't wait, on Thursday we're going to do this. You know, so my list for this week is that my father-in-law is coming over tomorrow and we get to hang out with him, so that will be fun. On Wednesday I'm going to go to jiu-jitsu and that will be a great time. I'm teaching karate on Friday night, so that will be a lot of fun. This next weekend is the Super Bowl, so that'll be a great time. I think my mom is coming up, maybe my brother. So there are a lot of things that I can look forward to this week. So, and that immediately eases my angst about all the other things that I have to get done, because there are little points in the week that I can look forward to and that I'm really excited about. If there's nothing particularly exciting that you're doing at any time in one week, create something exciting. Pick one of those things on your to-do list that you love and schedule it in. Say, you know what, I'm really excited because I'm going to go for a run and then I'm going to have an epic smoothie afterward. I'm going to feel so good. It could be anything, but something that makes you happy. Just schedule it in. The last thing that I want to leave you with is, well, there are two more things. One is live in the moment. Live in the moment. Okay, this is what I have to do today. Great. What do I have to do this morning, and what can I do this afternoon? Okay, so I only have to focus on XYZ this morning. Okay, what about the next hour? What about the next minute? A great example of this is yesterday I was paying a bunch of bills. I was sitting at the dining room table right here. I was just, I was going through all my paperwork. I was all stressed out. And my daughter started fussing, and I immediately got stressed out because I was like, oh my God, I just wanted to take care of all these bills first and put this all away nice and neat, and then I'll feed her. But then I realized, well, that's stupid. In this exact minute, I don't have to take care of all of my bills at once. In this exact minute, my daughter needs me to feed her, and that is the most important thing. And I, chuckled at myself, and I put down my bills for a second. I fed her, and it was a wonderful moment of her cuddling in my arms, and I fed her and she was a happy camper, and then she was cooing at me and making cute little faces while I then went back and continued to pay my bills. And so that's just one example of just live in the moment. What do you have to do right now, this minute? If you don't have to do anything right now, this minute, you can either choose to be super productive and get a jump start on something, or take this minute to do something you enjoy. But if you worry too much about the future, you will sacrifice your happiness in the present. So live in the moment. The last thing that I'd like to say is that you have to make tough decisions sometimes. If your job stresses you out to no end and you're just working it to pay bills, quit. Or make a plan so that you can create work for yourself in another area so that at a tangible time in the future, you can quit X job. You have to. You can't just be like, well, I hate my job, but I got to work there because I got to pay bills. Well, no, you don't really have to work there. There are a lot of jobs out there, not necessarily maybe jobs that are of a particular interest to you, but if you're really miserable in your job, quit. If you are miserable in your relationships, just get rid of negative relationships. If you are, if your source of stress comes from, a toxic relationship with a family member, close them off for a while. You have to make those tough decisions, and you should never feel guilty about them because they are decisions that are going to affect your emotional health, right? Your mental health. These are decisions that are paramount toward your mental health. It's not just about physical health, people. I preach a lot about, physical health, and I'm all about health and fitness, but fitness starts up here because it's mind over matter. It's all in your head. And if you are in a negative place, nothing is going to work out. Not your life, not your relationships, not your fitness, not your health. Health starts up here. And if something is stressing you out, do something about it. All right? That's what I have. I hope you have a wonderful week. Take charge, write those lists down, and let me know if there's any other topic that you'd like me to cover. Have a great week.